Good morning, everyone, and I was at a Unzine workshop or activity. So it's draw each other. So it's drawings and socializing and having fun, where you meet other artists and you basically draw their portraits, and then we switch and take turns to draw each other and switch around. So I'm just gonna share a couple of my quick sketch really quickly, and we first start with the 1 minute sketch, and it was quite nice to be able to draw each individual and practice some sort of quick sketches and sort of see where I was going or how people would sort of sketch in a short period of time. So this was the first drawing, and so it's just 1 minute, and I started a little bit too big and I was like caring too much about the details, so I couldn't get too far. But after the next few ones, drawing a little bit smaller and finding my way, it felt a little bit better. It's not perfect, but it's sort of getting there. And then we have a few more on the 1 minute, and it's just something that I noticed, that I'll just sort of have the eyes sit as the same shapes, and just trying to add a little bit of the hair shape, but it didn't really turn out all that well. Getting the hair shape right is a little bit tricky. And then up next we did the 3 minute mark, and this is sort of the drawing results. So with a little bit more time, the drawings got a little bit better, I hope, and got to sort of spend more time sort of drawing the whole body. And so got to sort of try a little bit on the hands figure, and also like the way that they sit is different as they try to hold the flat board to hold the paper. And then after that we go for the 5 minute, and with the 5 minute mark, each person sometimes asks for the drawings, so I had to give away 2 of the drawings. So this is the one drawing left, I think. I thought I drew more, but maybe I've lost the paper which is quite sad, but I thought I drew more. But I'll have the other 2 drawings shown, and this is the third or last 5 minute drawing that I did. And the other ones, once again, because it's 5 minutes, I misinterpret the amount of time that I had, and I couldn't quite get through it. Also a couple of position mistakes with the hands, where I made the hands a little bit too short and I couldn't just keep on going, so I decided to spend some time erasing it, and that wasted a bunch of time. But this one as well, I decided to just go with the pose of the body first, and so I did not quite have enough time with the head, and it was a side profile, and it was almost, I could have just sort of done it in time, but the side profile, I always had problems with the chin and jaw area, where the whole thing starts to not be in the correct proportions. And with the time remaining, I wanted to just share some of the other great artists in the event. So this is from SCM, and he did just a portrait of me for the 5 minute drawings, and he was also showing his watercolor at the Unzine exhibition gallery right now, so be sure to go take a look. And I do really love how he sort of rendered my eyes, in a sense of didn't really need it to sort of draw the under eyelid and just leave it there. So he just did the top part of the eyelid and a little bit of the iris, and I really like that part. One of the many parts that I like in the way that he drew my face and proportions. This one is the other artist. This artist is this person that I drew, and then this is how she drew me, and then she added a small cat in her signature. That's really cute. And so here she also likes to draw the whole body, and I decided to try to sort of pose in a different way as well. So here I have the board, leaning on the board on my arm over my leg. And it's also really cool how she drew me, and just a quick sort of 2 lines to measure my head. So that's pretty cool, and it's all done by ink as well, and it's just sort of very straight, precise lines. So that's very cool indeed. Here's another artist that did a portrait only, and this has a very nice soft quality to it, as if, and then the one directional shading, and it feels a little bit nostalgic as well. I really like the style that they did here and the coloring style. That's very cool. Up next is this other artist who used a ink pen, and yeah, I really like how they drew my head. It's quite interesting as well. Gave me a little bit smaller eyes. Some people say I have small eyes, so I totally get it. I get a couple of various comments. So my eyes being small, I get that quite a lot. So that's pretty cool. And also with the ink pen as well. So it's like more precise lines compared to a pencil that you cannot erase or go back on. So it's like very cool sort of clothing folds as well. So sort of give some shape to the arms using clothing folds. And then here it's just sort of shading down below, so no need as much. So that's pretty cool. And then this one is from the same artist as well, but here it's more of like a half chest up portrait. And once again, I think my eyes were a little bit more closed in this one. I don't remember. There was like a moment during like posing that I was just sort of a little bit tired or in deep thought, basically. But I really love how he gave me like a longer neck. That's pretty cool. And it's something about that I want to learn about, sort of like creating caricatures of people that I draw, because I tend to try to lean towards just trying to draw what I see and lean towards realism when it's not my intention or not what I want to do. And when I try to sort of draw people in a more cartoony style, it starts to feel like I'm doing everything wrong or making mistakes. So I end up just subconsciously trying to draw things realistically, knowing that if it looks like the real thing, then I'm doing it correctly, when it's just going in the opposite direction of what I want to do in my art journey. And the last one is my obviously favorite one, is the best one so far of this artist here who drew my shirt in color. So I was wearing a little bit of a colorful stripe shirt, and they just put me in this abstract phase here, and then got my hair quite nicely as well, must say. You know, full credit. There's a lot of different artists, you know, with different skill sets, and it's great coming here to this art, how should I say, a draw each other event, and hopefully they do more. There was around 8, 9, 10, nearly 10 artists, though I'll say that, and I would want to talk to them. I'm a little bit more active within the group, that how we sort of give away paper could be pre-planned a little bit, how we exchange and switch between people to draw each other. There could be like a better way to make sure that we get to draw each other more easily. And I think this is the first trial, and it was a great trial. Got to meet a lot of great people, and a lot of different artists came off different art levels. So no need to be like the best artist. I myself is also not one of the best as well. So it's like a great experience, and hope they do it again sometime soon. So At Unzine, this is from Unzine 95, and they have weekly workshops. It might not be like this every single week, but there's always a new workshop each week, and I'm sure they'll bring this back soon. So with that said, be sure to like and subscribe, and go and follow Unzine as well. See you next time.